Hi guys. I'm here to give you a quick inside look of the Toyota Fortuner 2015 model. This is the steering wheel spoke. It has a very basic buttons. You can control the stereo volume keys from here. You can change the tracks up and down. This mode is to change the channel or to switch between the Bluetooth, FM, and the auxiliary. All that can be selected from here. This is the Bluetooth buttons. When your phone is connected to Bluetooth, then you can take, receive, and disconnect a call whilst you are driving, so you may not take your hands off that. On the right hand side, we have this display button. It is basically to give you the information about the vehicle. If you press display, this is the temperature with time. The time is constant, it doesn't change. This is the average with the current fuel in my vehicle. The vehicle will travel giving me an average of about 9.8 kilometers a liter. It generally gives about 10ish. Also with that was my average speed, and with the current fuel my vehicle will go about 148 kilometers in range. And this is the direction. This is the information that is provided. Coming to the dials, we have a basic RPM, speedometer, temperature, and the fuel. The odometer is digital with two set of trip meter that you can set trip A and B. This is a sensor. This one, it detects light. You can put your control in auto mode, and whenever it detects darkness, the light would switch on its own. You can keep it on throughout, then you may not switch off and switch on the lights every time that you have. It is pretty handy when you have a basement parking, like I have basement parking, so it is pretty handy when you are entering and exiting the basement. And the normal controls, this is for your fog lamps, which are pretty decent. Here you have the wind washer and the wiper control with rear wiper control. Coming to the gears, it's pretty obvious that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 normal, 5 gears and 1 reverse. Here is in 4x4, so this is a manual vehicle with 4x4, so H stands for a high lock, which the vehicle is always in. This is an all-time 4x4, so it's always remain in H. Well, you want to engage a lock, then you just press the clutch and push this, then now it is high lock is engaged, and you can see that the differential is locked. Now the differential in high was open, in high lock the differential is locked. And if you still want to do an aggressive kind of off-roading, then you can also switch the vehicle into low lock. Once the moment you switch the vehicle into low lock, the traction control goes off, and then the vehicle will no longer be controlled by the vehicle traction control, because you are in low lock. And the N stands for a master neutral. If the gear somehow gets the jammed, if the gears are jammed, you can put it into a master neutral, and even if the vehicle is in gear, now for example, I have put the vehicle into neutral and I put the vehicle into gear, and as you can see, the vehicle is in gear though, but the vehicle is not moving, is because I have engaged the master neutral. So the locks all open and the vehicle is free. It is generally used when you want to tow your vehicle, when you're stuck and you need to tow and your gear doesn't operate, so you put the gear, this master, the lower gear into the neutral. That's a master neutral. So now I have to get this vehicle also into normal, both is in neutral. Well, here you have a auxiliary. You can plug in the auxiliary or the USB. Here you have is the rear AC, and you have a button to control your traction. You can switch off the traction, and the traction control of the vehicle will go off. Well, you need this if you're going off-roading, you want to skid the vehicle, you want to do a 360 or a wheel spin. In that case, you need to switch the traction off if you want to do a bit of adventure. But let me remind you, this vehicle has a ABS, and the ABS does not go off on its own, or it does not have any button to control the ABS. So even if you switch the traction off, please remember that your ABS will always be on. So there is only enough that you can do with traction, because the moment you try to do something and you try to brake, the ABS will take over anyway. Pretty basic controls of the air condition with the temperature control, the fan speed, AC, defogger, auto. Very, very basic. Then you have the stereo here with the CD player. It has got a single disc player, doesn't have a 6 CD changer or something. It's one basic disc, but I'm sure nobody uses disc any days now. Everybody is into USBs and stuff with aux cables. Well, the The reverse camera is pretty decent, but it doesn't have a parking sensor or does not have any controls to show you parking. But with the vehicle of this size, I guess rear camera does make a lot of sense. Well, coming here on the right hand side, these are some controls here. This is basically for your center locking. Once you lock the vehicle, this light pops on and it keeps on blinking, so that means the vehicle is armed and it's locked. This is to control your mirror, to left, light, up, down, and then left or right. This is to close your mirror in case once you're parked and you need to close your mirror, you just do that and the mirrors get closed. It's a pretty good function. With vehicle of this size, you need that. Well, this is to control the illumination inside. Let me just show you quickly. It's at 1. Okay. Now here you can see that the illumination is low, and the moment I press the button, the illumination goes brighter. You are not able to see much is because the flashlight of the camera is on, and well, you can pretty much get it though. You can control the illumination. Also, this is a the headlight washer. It's a pretty cool thing when you are doing off-roading and there's a lot of muck or there's a lot of mud which is there on your lights. You can just press this and the headlights get washed. From the bumper, the pop-up comes out and it washes your headlight. But let me tell you that in order to use this, your headlight must be switched on. I'll just quickly spray, and I hope you'll be able to see the, yeah, here you can see that I have sprayed, and you can see on the windscreen that some water has sprayed, bounced off the headlight and come on the screen. So this is a pretty good thing that they have provided. Coming here, these are the pretty basic buttons to open your hood. This is to open your fuel cap. You tend to get lost a lot of times is because both buttons are identical and you don't know which one to open. At many times after driving this vehicle for so many years, I still end up opening the hood thinking that I'm opening the fuel lid, or I end up opening the fuel lid thinking it's the hood. Well, you get used to it. On the door you have these controls to have your power windows. Only one of the windows of the driver side is auto, rest all are manually. You have to do it. This is to lock your windows. If you have kids and you don't want them to operate the windows, you lock this button and your windows get locked. This is to control your locking. Once you sit, you can just lock the vehicle, gets locked. You can unlock the vehicle with this press of a button. So well, you have the lights here, 1, 2, and this button is basically taking care of the lights when you want the lights on when the door opens. And this is a sunglasses holder, pretty basic, nothing wow about it. And I guess that's it. So it's me, AK, signing out for now. Come out with some another video with some more interiors of some other cars. Have a nice day.